Who are we, ladies? We are the Tigers. When your feet hit the ground, you should be running. You're in the hunt for your next great championship. Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Coach Dee Bro. Brought to you by New Orleans Roast Coffee.
Welcome to Inside LSU Gymnastics. Along with LSU head coach Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith. Well, this past weekend, it was a championship atmosphere at the Metroplex Challenge in Fort Worth. Outside the arena, the purple and gold were in full force with a tremendous tailgate party that added to the atmosphere. And Dee, both outside and inside, it was just an amazing afternoon and evening in Fort Worth.
You know, Mike, when you put that level of competition in an arena, and having just seen Oklahoma and at Oklahoma, and we were so looking forward to this competition, and you know, the podium, being in a championship venue where our national championships are going to be next year, the level of competition, the excitement, not only from all the age group kids, but there's LSU fans and the people that were LSU fans and had no relationship to the program, turned out, came and supported the team, and the momentum, you know, when our warm-ups, you know, the kids just kind of methodically went through the process, and then when the light came on for the competition to start, the momentum was incredible. And the thing that was so rewarding was, whether it was your first performer or your last performer, if it was a great performance, void of execution deductions, the judges rewarded the performance, and I think all of the teams fed off of the momentum and the excitement that the judges and the officials of the competition, the announcer, everyone tried to create.
LSU starts on the uneven bars, and it's the fifth-year senior, Kaylee Dixon. Dee.
Kaylee did a great job. You know, she did the all-around for us, and you know, nice high Jaeger. But her handstands, I think, were the biggest improvement this week, and I think that was a huge part of her success on this event. She had a little leg separation in that bail, but watch this handstand. Right back, nice tight at the top, and then the dismount is what capped off. She gets a 9.9, and I think it was a good solid stick on the landing.
Tied her career high with a 9.90, and Jessie Jordan is up next, and she also ties her career high.
You know, Jessie loves competing in Texas, and you know, she's from Houston, and to be able to come here and compete in front of family and friends and kids that she grew up with. Now, nice handstand. We're going to the bail, the last half of her routine. A lot of similarities between her routine and Kaylee's, but she goes to a double layout in the end, and the critical part of her routine is the big stick, and the judges loved it.
They did indeed. Again, it leads us to Brittany Ramsey.
You know, Brittany Ramsey's getting better each week. Nice handstand, and she goes toe shoot to a shapash, and she's horizontal on the backside, which is big. Nice bail right to the handstand. She goes toe up in a stalder position, handstand up. Big to Tkachev. Yeah, I would like her to point her toes a little bit there, Mike, but nice stretched out positions. And here again, she seals it with a really good stick on the dismount.
And then Rheagan Courville starts off what would be a record-setting evening for her on the uneven bars.
Look how high she is, way above the bar on the entire flip of her release move. Back up to the handstand, here's her bail. Up, now that's probably the weakest part. It's probably where she got her deduction, was in between the bars right there. Just didn't rise above, but watch the dismount, and she sticks it. Good job.
And then here's the senior from the Big D, Sari Morrison. Dee.
Well, and you know, she kind of defines how you're supposed to stretch your positions, but she pikes her release move. Nice amplitude. Good handstand right on top, and watch the amplitude in the bail. Big. And she lifts above the bar again. We're going to go to the handstand. Now the dismount is what seals it for her. Nice high. Watch how high her toes are when she releases. Toes up and boom.
Wow. 9.975 for the senior in her final competition in Texas.
To be an LSU Tiger means a lot to me. Growing up in Louisiana, I always watched LSU, all the sports, and so it was always like a dream of mine to come here, and then now that I'm able to, it's great and I love it. But the night before a meet, we always go to Olive Garden. I always have to get spaghetti with meat sauce. And I also wear this necklace that I have on. And it reminds me that my dad's always with me, and so I always wear it and then take it off right before we come on the floor.
You know, we're right now finishing up bars, getting ready to go to beam, and all that emotion, all that excitement, we're trying to settle them down. I'm trying to get them to focus and start thinking about what we have to do at the next event.
And it moves right into Sydney Ewing on the balance beam, the freshman from Lafayette.
layout, and that's a really difficult skill. Takes off at 2 feet, lands on 2 feet. But Sydney did a nice job. We took her out of the lineup last week. She did exhibition for us and went 9.85, and I thought it was time to put her back in. She's a little bit nervous. The podium is totally new to her. Now she's setting up for her dismount. Nice 1.5, little tiny step. I thought she stuck that, but it was a little tiny step. So we're going to work on that again this week.
Season high tying score for a 9.85, and then Rheagan Courville keeps you rolling on the beam with a absolutely huge standing Arabian.
And her rhythm on this routine was really good. The biggest thing that we work on her every week is her tempo, trying to keep it going and flow from one skill to the next. She's just loaded with difficulty. But look at the extension in her legs, 180 every time she lifts and splits off the beam. Setting up for a dismount for an aerial, Sisson, and she steps nice high. And it's an easy dismount for her, but you got to stick it, and stick it she did.
And she did, and that reaction tells you that she felt it was a worthy score, and it was 9.95 on the beam, career high for Rheagan, and then that sets up your anchor.
It sets up Jessie, and we've also been trying to get Jessie to pick up her tempo, good straight legs in her layout. Now we've got her leap combination, big straddle jump. She's setting up for her side salto, which is really difficult right there the last, right before her dismount. I think Jessie's seeing if she sticks it, she can go 9.95, 10.0. She sat a little bit early and moved that foot back and cost her, but did a great job.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is brought to you by New Orleans Roast Coffee, the LSU Tiger Spotters, Wow Cafe American Grill and Wingery, Flying Tigers Gymnastics Camp, PJ's Coffee, Premier Office Products, and by Hair Now.
Rheagan, what are you doing at gym so early?
Well, Dee, I'm getting ready. The season's here.
I know, and I'm so excited I could flip.
Holy cow!
Holy cow! LSU Gymnastics tickets are less than the movies and fun for the family. Tickets start at just $3, so make sure to get yours today.
Hi, my name is Abby. Brittany, what's your favorite snack food?
Thanks for the question, Abby. My favorite snack food is trail mix, but I make my own. It's like with cranberries, walnuts, granola, almonds, and pistachios.
The LSU Tigers and the Oklahoma Sooners again, after just 6 days apart, doing battle again. And it was nip and tuck all of the way. And we go to the floor exercise, Dee, and you just absolutely carried that momentum into that third rotation.
You know, going into floor, we know that we're a strong floor team, but you can be strong or weak. You've got to stick your landings. Kaylee Dixon started us off in great fashion. She did everything we could ask her to do.
9.875, big first pass.
Well, nice double pike, solid landing, and that's the key for her. Her difficulty's not great, but she's got to do everything to a solid landing. Nice full, a layout, nice and high. And I always ask the second flip to rise. She did a super job.
Third pass.
Nice Rudy. Little hop out of that, but still it was a stick. And then we're going to go jump right here to Ashleigh Nat. Ashleigh, beautiful full in a pike position. She had trouble adjusting to the podium, to how bouncy it is and how bouncy she is, but watch her try to control this landing. Beautiful 2.5 to a punch front tuck. You know, we could not have asked her to do more. We had to ratchet her down a little bit. Nice landing on that double pike, and she got rewarded. Her score was big.
Her first opportunity to compete on a podium as a freshman, and look at that enthusiasm is really infectious. And then Rheagan Courville.
Nice double Arabian, stepped out just at perfect timing. You know, the thing that Rheagan had the opportunity to follow Ashleigh Nat, and I think that really boasted her score. But look at this, look how soft her landings are. You know, you enjoy the performance, her choreography. Ashleigh has done such a good job of defining each person's personality in their routines.
And she's really enjoying it to the 9.925 score. And then here's the hometown girl with her opening pass,
Nice
and it was
double,
huge.
Nice double layout. And the thing about it is Rheagan opened the door for Mincy. And, you know, Mincy, get out there and do your tumbling. Give me some nice soft landings, and you'll get the big score. And she's performing. You know, her whole church was there. Her daddy's a preacher out in Dallas, and they follow us. I mean, lock,
Huge.
stock, and barrel. They're all in.
The entire family from
Yeah.
Abilene to Lubbock to the Big D, and then here she goes to seal the deal.
Right
a
here,
perfect
she knew
10.
it. She saw it. The fans knew it. Every age group kid in that arena was jumping up and down for her.
Wow, Lloimincia Hall with the 4th perfect 10 of her career. And if you didn't think that the atmosphere was fantastic beforehand, after that perfect 10, the hometown girl brings the hometown crowd to their feet, Dee, and it was just like the pressure cooker lid was just flew right off.
Well, they felt the pressure, and they felt they answered the call. They rallied. But you know, Oklahoma's over there on their event doing the same thing, and their crowd was doing the same thing. So it really created that intensity that you also have at the national championships. And the scenario that we took going in to vaulting was the same thing that happened to us last year at nationals. And we talked about that at practice, and we said, and we told them, this is what's going to happen. This is where we're going to be. And it was exactly where we were. And the thing that we're working on right now with this team is learning how to handle that intense pressure, to not try, but to perform.
Just perform, and the Tigers do go to the 4th and final rotation, 49.525 on the vault. Let's see exactly how it unfolded in the final rotation at the Metroplex Challenge. Here are those highlights. Brittany Ramsey starts you off on the vault, Dee.
Well, she did a great job. Nice high vault, little bit of a step there, which we haven't been getting from her, and I know she was disappointed, but excited about the execution and how big that vault's becoming.
And you'll watch right here, the height, the distance, very nice.
Well, and the body is just so stretched out. She's doing a great job, and we're just excited about what she's bringing to the program.
9.85 for Bob Moore, gets a high 5 there, and now let's watch Bugs Nat come down this runway. She's trying to stick it, Dee.
The Energizer Bunny right here. And finally gets the great landing we've been looking for, and she knows it. We're going to get to see this vault again, and she is so excited and just brings so much to this team. But watch the speed, and we're telling her, give us 90%, bring it down a little bit. She comes off the horse, it is flying. Beautiful, beautiful vault.
And look at Bob. Bob, he says, yep, that's it, bud, right there. That's what we've been looking for.
Yeah.
And then Sari Morrison, wow, another 9.9 for the Tigers on vault.
Look how high she is. It's a big vault, and then she's trying to find the landing. She scored well. The vault was big. The only problem was a little bit balance deduction in the landing. But she was so excited to be at home. She loves this meet. She loves Dallas, and you know everything that all the family, everybody that was there to support her. It was just a great weekend for her.
She's been competing at the Metroplex since she was 3 years old, she told me.
You know, Mike, a lot of people don't realize that you can listen to gymnastics in the Go Zone, and that's such a special thing for us.
Well, it's an exciting time for LSU Gymnastics, and I'm just delighted to be able to bring that action to folks via the computer, and technology is just an amazing thing. And you know, anytime our gymnasts perform at the highest level, including a perfect 10, it makes it a lot of fun. And it is easy to join in the Go Zone, just lsusports.net/live, and you can catch all of the action. And you know, it always helps when the Tigers are performing at the highest level, as they have been for the last few weeks. And this was no different when Rheagan Courville struck a perfect 10 at the Metroplex Challenge, the 2nd of her career. You want to talk height and distance on a vault? Well, you just look her up in Wikipedia, and there you're going to find her. The junior from Baton Rouge is down the runway. Round off, handspring, huge height and distance. Oh my heavens! What a vault for Rheagan Courville! She nearly cleared the end of the mat with that distance. The Tiger fans are pleading for a 10. Might we have a second of the night for LSU? She went 10-0 at the SEC Championships last year. She's the defending national champion, and it's a 10-0 for Rheagan Courville, the 2nd of the night for the LSU Tigers. What a way to end the Metroplex Challenge. Rheagan, congratulations, another perfect 10 on vault. It was absolutely gorgeous. Take us through what's going through your mind when you go down that runway.
I am trying to remember everything I do in practice. I'm going over my mental sets, and I'm appreciating all of the fantastic vaults that were in front of me, and all the stuck landings is the reason why I could get that score.
The wow performance of the week this week is going to go to Rheagan Courville. What an incredible all-around. She was like 39-7 total all-around score, and then a 10 on vaulting.
One of the greatest assets of the LSU Gymnastics program is LSU assistant coach Bob Moore. He's widely considered to be one of the best vaulting coaches in all of collegiate gymnastics, and his background and history prove it. And Dee Dee, he is not only just a great coach, but he's just a great guy as well.
Well, he is a great guy, and he's got a lot of outside interest, and he comes in here every day with a plan, and he puts his plan together, and it's not always all about numbers. It's about developing a program that's going to fit each individual athlete.
Well, courtesy of Drs. Sherry and Marty Luther, we had a chance to take a look at Bob Moore and his history in Baton Rouge. Let's take a listen.
Now in his 15th season, LSU assistant Bob Moore is the most accomplished vault coach in the country. Since 2000, Moore has coached 15 All-Americans on vault, including 3 national champions. For his contributions to the sport, Moore was recently inducted into the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame. But for all his accolades, Moore defers the credit to his gymnasts.
It's all about confidence with girls. If they believe something, they can do something. And I just credit this for them believing in themselves, knowing what we've done in the past. And I've got terrific kids who are pliable, easy to work with. And I just think that is so important, that it's a partnership.
Atta girl, atta girl. JJ, yeah. That's it. Now, hey, just work your stretch, okay? Like you know.
Over the last 6 seasons, Moore has coached half of the NCAA vault champions, including last year's title holder, Rheagan Courville. Still just a sophomore, Courville notched a 9.925 at the NCAA championships.
Rheagan is a articulate, beautiful gymnast. I have never seen any gymnast like her. She makes it look so easy. It's effortless. And she's actually very powerful as well.
Winning a national title is an amazing feeling, but it really validates how much of an amazing coach Bob is and how passionate he is about what he does. And the fact that he has so much individuality in all of his coaching for each of his gymnasts, it means a lot to us, and it makes us feel like he knows exactly what we need individually to succeed.
During LSU's first run to the Super 6, Susan Jackson earned the 2008 National Championship on vault during her sophomore season. In 2009, Ashleigh Clare-Kearney averaged a stellar 9.90 during the NCAA championships and won LSU's second consecutive vault title.
That was really great, and the fact that they were here at the same time. ACK had it all along. Susan had won it, before, and then they're both in vault finals, and Susan does this great vault, gets a great score, and then she walks down the runway and she tells Ashley, she says, now you know what you got to do. Go beat it. It took her mind off of the what ifs, and it gave her a focal point, something that she could now quantify, and she did it. It was beautiful.
Bob Moore has spent most of his career working in the Southeastern Conference, beginning at Auburn and later moving to Florida. While at Florida, Moore coached gymnast Susan Hines to back-to-back national championships on vault in '97 and '98.
I like working in all aspects with the girls. It helps me coaching them to know more than just the athletic side. And in the athletic department itself, we are always working to get our student athletes to be at the highest level academically as well. So this is a great thing for me personally, so that I can help them reach their goals.
In 2014, LSU returned 3 All-Americans on vault alone, including senior Sari Morrison, who's won 10 event titles during her career.
Sari is powerful, and that's, I tell a lot of the kids when they're vaulting, I don't need you to try to be powerful, I just need you to vault. So Sari is very good about staying within herself, and she's very good about us together working with telling me what she's feeling, I'm telling her what I'm seeing, and then we come up with what we think is the middle ground, and it's been very successful.
So to be able to come in here and do drills some days and just work on specific things instead of the pounding of vaulting, it just makes for that consistent vault. Just to be able to get up there and have fun and enjoy and look down and see him down there just doing these silly hand movements, I think it makes for a better vault for me.
With LSU averaging better than a 197 for each meet, the Tigers are poised for another special season in Baton Rouge. And for Bob Moore, the success of the team always outweighs that of the individual. Reporting for Inside LSU Gymnastics, I'm Garrett Walker.
Taste that brew, vanilla and apple pie. Walk on in, see a few friends. Where you at? What night?
Yeah, got to get up early in the morning, man. You know, I gotta have my coffee. So I'm gonna run on down to PJ's. You gotta have it. It's early in the morning.
The premier office products stick of the week are 2 this week. Lloimincia Hall on the floor exercise with a perfect 10 and 9975 for Sari Morrison on the uneven bars. The 4th road meet in 4 weeks will take place on Friday in Gainesville as the Fighting Tigers take on the Gators in the Swamp at the Stephen O'Connell Center, Dee, and it just doesn't get any easier. It's no rest for the weary, as they say. You know,
Mike, you gave an interesting statistic before we started about the number of performances we've had over the last 3 weeks. Was it, what, 72?
72 in 8 days.
When Rheagan hit that mat, and now we go to Florida, another high-pressure situation against the #1 team in the country. Won the championship last year, won SECs. I think it's an opportunity for this team to mature and take it to the next level one more time. You know, it's a ladder, and we have to keep climbing each rung. Right now, it's the mental game. It's being able to be rested, still come in and have an efficient practice, but they're excited. We're looking forward to it.
Well, it'll be another top 3 matchup in NCAA collegiate women's gymnastics, the 3rd in 3 weeks for the LSU Tigers when they take on the Gators in the Swamp at 6 p.m. And, on the Central Time Zone, and you can catch all of the action live in the Go Zone, lsusports.net/live, beginning at 5:55 Central Time on Friday night. So for LSU head coach Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith saying thank you for watching Inside LSU Gymnastics. We'll see you next week. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro has been brought to you by New Orleans Roast Coffee, the LSU Tiger Spotters, Wow Cafe American Grill and Wingery, Flying Tigers Gymnastics Camp, PJ's Coffee, Premier Office Products, and by Hair Now. Lloimincia Hall is working some tremendous floor for LSU. Only with the double tuck here to remain on the final pass. Back handspring, double tuck. She got it! Nailed it! Absolutely cold. Waves to the crowd. Finishes up her dance. Reaches to the sky, to the top of the convention center, and listen to this crowd.